Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk a little bit about PlayStation. So if you like this content, don't forget to leave a like, and I would appreciate your subscription as well. Channel's definitely growing, and I'd like you to be along for the ride. So let's get started with this. Sorry, guys. Yeah, PlayStation, man. Have they become the new EA and Activision in the gaming community? I'm kind of thinking, yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily think they're going to slow down on this whole gouging you, nickel and diming you for money anytime soon. Like, I do not see that being the case. They were caught with their hand in the cookie jar with the whole Horizon Forbidden West thing. They really didn't have a choice to go back and fix that pricing for you. With that being said, like, it's up in the air, man. If you buy the PlayStation 4 copy, at least now you get a free upgrade. I don't necessarily know how that's going to work if you try to purchase that game from your PlayStation 5 on the PlayStation 4, if you're still going to get that, if they'll still honor that entitlement. I don't know. So, my best advice to you, if you are going to do that, if you are going to buy the PlayStation 4 copy of that, you might want to get a hard copy, or buy it on a PlayStation 4 account, or buy it on an account on your PlayStation 4, and then, see if it'll go over that way. I think those would probably be your two best bets to do that. I don't necessarily know if it's going to work on the PlayStation 5. You can try it, but you might be stuck with that game, because as I see it, I do not believe they're going to offer a $10 upgrade fee for that. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd want to take the chance on that. But now let's get back over on this, okay? Because I made a video a couple days ago, thanking Xbox, for all of the stuff that they've done for the gaming community, which has been pretty good. Like, I mean, if you're an Xbox gamer right now, then you're pretty happy, man. You're getting a really good value out of that. When I talk about value, man, I've actually had people watch that and basically call me a beta male for liking a value. I mean, that's retarded, or telling me that if you want a PlayStation, get out there and get a real job and get. Let me be clear. I have a real job. I make decent money. I can afford my gaming experience, no problem. I buy what I want when I want it, the day it comes out, and I consume that content how I see fit. I'm not out here asking for a handout. I'm not begging anybody to give me anything. I'm not worried about the price, like the new pricing for the PlayStation 5 games. I'm not even that upset about it. Like, I don't even really care if they want to charge me $10 more for an experience that that I'm gonna love. The whole reason I buy a PlayStation 4 is for those, those highly crafted, quality PlayStation 5 one and done experiences. Like, yeah, that's fine. If they want me to pay $10 more for that experience, I'm on board with that. Whatever. I don't. $10 is $10. That's me though, because I have a job and I can afford to pay for that, so it doesn't really matter, not necessarily. But for the average customer, the average consumer, why do you think these companies spend so much money on their advertising when they first launch these games? PlayStation heavily advertises, Activision heavily advertises, EA heavily advertises. The ones with the most money pay for the most advertising. That's why they have the most miserable employees that don't make a lot of money and usually have problems, with Ubisoft and all these other ones. They are competing for you to buy their game. So the more money they put in the market and the more word of mouth and the more people that see that, the better chance that game is going to have at really picking up. Like you take other games, like say Plague Tale Innocence, or some of the other good games, like Greedfall. Some of these other games that have come out they usually just get swept right under the rug. They're decent. I mean, they do have a pretty decent, advertising on like Twitter and stuff like that. But the only games you really ever see on your TV or having like these really big advertising events are these bigger AAA companies. So when it comes to value, okay, all these games are already competing for your money. So yeah, those are the games that sell the most on every console. Your Grand Theft Autos, everything like that. Those games sell truckloads of copies right out of the gate, right? I mean, it's true. What Microsoft does with something like Game Pass, a game like Back 4 Blood, it's not going to get a whole bunch of it's not going to get a whole bunch of advertising dollars. It's not. But with it being on Game Pass, the advertising just blew out the doors. Like free advertising for that game, going forward. Free word of mouth for everybody that plays it on Game Pass. The advertising dollars that go into, like, Microsoft doesn't even need to go out and advertise its games no more like PlayStation does. Yeah, I mean, they'll show you Halo. It's going into Game Pass. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, that is their advertising dollars. The people are saying that Microsoft Game Pass is not making any money. Yeah, it is, dude. They're not even spending. They're probably not even spending as much in the advertising of Game Pass as they are for what they used to spend on, like those games or anything else. PlayStation Game Pass is essential for the Xbox platform going forward. It's essential. All of their advertising dollars can go right into there. All of them smaller companies, all of them, like Control Remedies and, all the ones that can't really necessarily pump out these, $1 million freaking advertising campaigns for all these games. Yeah, dude, they just say, hey, we'll throw it in Game Pass. Game Pass does all the advertising. Game Pass is, they advertise, through Game Pass. And so more people get to play them. More people get to see what that developer can create. More people get to fall in love with those experiences. More people get to share that experience with their friends or get on, like a YouTube channel and expand upon that game's really low budget for advertising. It's better for the gaming community because you get these juggernauts out there like EA and Activision, Sony, and all of these guys, and they just steamroll all these other smaller developers into, barely making it or something like that. Like, I'll tell you right now, Gran Turismo is supposedly a simulation racing game. It's the real simulator. That's how it's advertised. Assetto Corsa Competizione, made by a smaller team, way more realistic in the simulation department than Gran Turismo has ever been and probably ever will be. That game doesn't get as much limelight out there because, they don't have the massive funding to go out there and completely like advertise these games. I mean, 505 they produce these games, and they do all that stuff. Like you got Assetto Corsa, Control Remedy and stuff like that. I use 505 because I've been seeing them a lot lately, and they're giving us that free upgrade for Assetto Corsa Competizione. So that's pretty good. Like I appreciate it when they go out of their way to respect my investment in their ecosystem. I do. That makes me happy. That makes me far more likely to buy their games next time, day one. But as what I'm saying is, yeah. All in all, PlayStation is becoming the newest member of the EA family this generation. They've watched EA, they've watched Activision, they've watched all these other companies that have got scummy practices continue to grow, and they're like, wait, man, we want a piece of that pie, and that's only natural. You can't blame them for that. That is only natural. So the fact that like PlayStation is becoming another EA, and they're gonna nickel and dime you throughout this generation for those experiences. So yeah, like the person that said in my comments, you better just get a job and buy it. And if you don't have a job, if you're working fast food, then you should probably just not buy a video game system. Yeah, you better have a good job to enjoy your PlayStation experience, because it is going to be expensive. I'm already well over $2,000 in 5 months into my PlayStation experience. $2,000, man, in 5 months into a PlayStation experience, man. The average gamer is going to buy a PlayStation 5 and maybe a couple of games and play those for 6 months. Me, I've already got 29 titles on my PlayStation 5. I've got the SSD. I've got the, an extra controller, a camera. I've gotten all of this stuff. I've invested into that. I'm invested into the PlayStation 5 ecosystem. I am. And I'm going to be there for the rest of this generation, like no matter what. So the fact of the matter is, yeah, dude, if you don't got a good job, you might want to buy an Xbox. Xbox is the cheapest entry point into it. You can get these systems and 2 years of Game Pass for $34 a month for Series X and $24.99 for the Series S. Series S is a competent system. As you can see, I have one up there. I bought one for my daughter. It is a good value to be able to buy that for her and her have access to all of my content that I buy on there. Yeah, dude, that's a great value. She has access to the Game Pass. She has access to all of my games. Yeah, so at the end of the day, EA has joined. I feel like EA has joined or PlayStation has joined the greats of EA and Activision and all the rest of them to push that expensive gaming forward. Because everybody's like, well, other games, other companies are selling it for $70. Yeah, those are EA, Activision, all the other ones that are selling you them games for $70. They're all in it together now. They're one big happy family of nickel and diming you. So if you like this content and you want to see more of this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keep coming back. Let's keep talking about this. Let's continue to grow this channel and expose, what's going on in the gaming community. Because you're never going to hear me sit and, oh, I love PlayStation. I do. I'm a PlayStation fan. I do love it. But I'm not going to go out there and spread their praise if they're going to join EA and Activision and become one of those. They're the platform holder. They're the market leader. Do they really think that they should be leading the market with practices that half of the market, that a lot of people in the market despise and complain about all year long? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. That's up to you to open your wallet and buy it. I don't condone boycotting anybody for anything. I condone you being able to go out there and buy what you want. Make an informed decision. Buy exactly what you want. I'm just saying that, hey man, on Xbox with Game Pass, you can play more experiences. You do not have to be beholden to those advertising for all these AAA heavy hitter games, man. You can play some other stuff that's maybe not as great graphically or maybe not as over the top story as like a Sony game or a really super fun shooter. I mean, there's like Splitgate. I think it's Splitgate. That game's free to play, and a lot of people love it. So yeah, man, you don't have to be confined to this. You don't have to be confined to the big 4 or 5 different companies that are competing for your business every year. Because like I said in the last video, the average gamer is going to buy 2 to 4 games. And if it's 2 to 4 Activision or PlayStation or Ubisoft or the other ones, I mean, at least with Ubisoft, Ubisoft and EA, their games do drop in value pretty quickly. So, I mean, like within 6 months, you get to play those experiences at a truly reduced price. So, yeah, man, moving forward, if you want to be able to experience a lot more, if you're on a budget, I do still recommend on this channel that you buy both consoles this generation. I do recommend that. For your PlayStation experience, yeah, you can save money by being able to play a lot more games on your Xbox with Game Pass. You could definitely save some money and maybe wait for the games to drop in price a little bit, or it's just something to kind of keep you afloat as a gamer, because that's what we all want as gamers, is we want to enjoy and experience games. And if we're spending all of our top money for these top games every year, that really doesn't leave a lot of money for other experiences, man. That really doesn't. I used to be a broke gamer, man. I used to have to, I was there. So I understand how you guys are feeling. And yeah, the best way forward is, if you want more experience, get an Xbox right now. Get your PlayStation when you can, when you have the money. Don't go out and, don't give yourself any undue stress to grab a PlayStation, especially for more than MSRP. Do not pay more for that console. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You can, for what those scalpers want, you can get both of them. So if you're willing to pay $1,000 for a PlayStation 5, just buy both consoles. Buy both consoles and get yourself a Game Pass. Get yourself a Game Pass subscription, and then buy your PlayStation games when you can. You'll have plenty of stuff to play, and that's the best way forward, I feel, for this generation. You're going to want to have both consoles, and you're going to want to have a Game Pass subscription. So if you like I said, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.